Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Here we are, just two of us today. Daily Dose of Crime.
Yes.
It's a relatively new channel for us. We've done a couple of videos from them. I quite like the content they put out.
Yeah.
This is I like stuff that just shouldn't happen every day.
Yeah.
And Daily Dose of Crime, any crime videos, seeing the police around the world, love seeing all things like that, seeing how it all works, and just basically seeing how many nutters there are around the world. I know you've got to keep your wits about you. Yeah, but this is a heartless mum forces 7-year-old to walk 8 miles to school alone.
I'm wondering if that's 8 miles, like 4 miles there, 4 miles back, or if it's 8 miles one way, so that poor child's walking like 16 miles.
Well, it's only saying 8 miles to school, it doesn't say to and from school, so I'm thinking it's an 8-mile walk, but at the same time, 7-year-olds shouldn't be going to school on their own. I know I did when I was 7.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Not that I had to pick my sister up on the way, bring her home, but we got the bus. But it wasn't a school bus, it was just a regular public transport bus.
I think it depends where in the world you are, because we were in Holland when the kids were probably, 2 and 5?
Yeah, they'd bike to work, but they'd go ahead, but we'd go with them.
They didn't go to work, we weren't that bad. Send them out to work.
But we'd go with them, or one of us would, but let them cycle ahead.
I understand that, but a lot of the Dutch children went to school in gangs on the bikes on their own without parents.
I'm not sure 7 though.
Yeah, they were younger.
Yeah, maybe, but...
They found it very...
You shouldn't be walking 8 miles, 7-year-old. No, let's get into this anyway. Heartless mum forces 7-year-old to walk 8 miles to school alone.
On Tuesday, April 2nd of 2024, a distressing incident unfolded in Craighead County when a 7-year-old boy was found walking alone miles from home. A concerned citizen alerted authorities after the child, attempting to reach Valley View School, appeared at his farm shop on Craighead Road 457. The boy explained that he had missed the school bus that morning and was afraid of getting into trouble at home if he didn't make it to school. Valley View School was over 7 miles away, making the boy's journey both dangerous and alarming. When Deputy Lloyd Norman arrived on the scene, the child recounted how he had been sent to bed without supper the night before as punishment. He also revealed that he was responsible for setting his own alarm, waking up, and getting ready for school on his own because, in his words, she wasn't going to. The deputy was further disturbed to learn that the boy had not eaten breakfast that morning.
It's a thing at the moment where they're doing breakfast club over in the UK for kids who are like in poverty sort of thing, can't afford breakfast, where the parents are claiming benefits or whatever, and they're not. But to me, I think a slice of toast in the morning is all a kid needs. Yeah. Right. That's enough breakfast. The kid will be okay with that. Yeah. Right. Any kid. Right. Slice of toast or a couple of slices of toast, whichever. Doesn't cost a lot of money. No. Everyone can afford a loaf of bread. Yeah. Everybody. Right. Even if you get one that's like from yesterday, that's a third of the price that they sell over here, you can afford one, and that'll do. And if you freeze half of it, it'll last you for the whole week. Yeah.
I don't think it's to do with them not having enough money. I think there's a lot of people who struggle to get to work and get the child to school, and I think a lot of people say, right, I've got to be out. If I'm late for work, I'm going to lose.
Slow.
And kids are slow, and so they kind of give them ultimatums, like probably if you're late for school, you're grounded or whatever.
I think a lot of them that's very few and far between them people. Yeah. I think they're more aimed at the people who can't afford it, and a lot of people can't be bothered at the same time. Like this lady here, by the sounds of it, can't be bothered more than anything.
If she's not got a job and she's at home, then there's no excuse.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
It's not raining.
No? Got a little shower a while ago, but other than that, I think that's all we got.
How you doing, buddy? Where you live at? Say what?
Bad. Come here. Bad.
Oh, it's okay. You can't remember?
And I am going to my school.
You're going to school?
Do you know where Valley View is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going there.
I do. I'm here to help you this morning, okay?
I was feeding, and I just caught a glimpse coming by the side of the barn. And I thought, well, there's supposed to be somebody here, And I looked, this little guy. He says he's missed the bus.
Okay.
His mom told him he had to go to school.
Where's your mama at?
I don't know what.
Is she at home?
Yeah, but I don't know what road.
See, I can't figure out which bus driver runs this route. Not a whole lot of kids ride it.
I know his address. We're fixing to go over here in a minute. Did you talk to your mom this morning?
Sounds like it's not the first time, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it sounds like she's known to the police.
Yeah, he knows his address, and he was obviously a small town or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, "Don't know who the bus driver is. I'll try and
And
figure it
there's
out."
not many kids around here.
Yeah, just so sad.
Yeah, it is.
I hate when I see kids upset. It really bothers me. It's the worst thing.
No, I got in trouble, and my mom said today you have to wake up on your own and try to catch the bus. If you don't, you should maybe like. Now she doesn't want me to just. She said like I got in trouble last night, and then she said, "Hey, go to sleep. I won't set your alarm clock, and she won't like wake me and say goodbye."
Okay, so you had to get yourself up today. Did you sleep in your bed last night? Inside the house?
See, at first he told me he'd been out all night, and then he started, and I thought, man, he's been out all night.
Was you outside last night?
No, I can't remember.
Okay. But you slept in your own bed last night? You had blankets and covers and everything? Did you set your alarm?
My mom always do that, but she didn't.
Do you know how to set your alarm? So no alarm was set and you got up a little late? Okay.
Said his mom's name was Hawkins.
No, I can't remember.
You can't remember your mama's name? You just call her mama? Okay. Alright,
Press
well...
pause. I don't get how a 7-year-old doesn't know his mum.
He might not be as educated as most 7-year-olds. You might just be a little bit behind. I don't know. I'm trying to work that out. He delays in certain kids at certain age, and it could just be a case of that. But it's
Yeah, I guess if nobody else comes around.
I don't recall what age I started setting an alarm at. I used to just get woken up in the morning by my parents.
Yeah, I did as well.
And that was it to a certain age. I guess once I was in secondary school, it probably changed a little bit. But my parents were always up before me anyway to make breakfast.
I was going to say, my mum was always up before me to go to work, so she would literally knock on the door like, time to get up, and I would just get up and,
Yeah, you get ready and do your own thing, and then you go to school or whatever.
But I never had breakfast. I don't like breakfast.
Yeah, but I think we did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. We always had something, cereal or toast or whatever. Yeah. But it wasn't like, we weren't having like full English or anything like that, do you know what I mean?
No,
we weren't having cooked breakfast.
I never had breakfast. And I think it was like mid-morning break. They used to give you like a bottle of milk and a biscuit. Milk and some crisps. I didn't like milk, so I just used to have
potato chips crisp. Yeah.
And then have my lunch.
I'm gonna take you with me, and we're gonna go back to your house for a minute, okay? And then
I can't really know where my house.
I know where it's at.
Where?
And then we will check on getting you to school, okay?
My mom just want me to go to school.
Okay.
Because she does want me to go to school because she loves me, but she wants me to go to school.
Okay. Well, we're gonna make sure you get to school, but we're gonna go talk to her real quick too, okay?
Can you just talk to her?
Did you eat breakfast this morning or anything? Are you hungry? Alright, did you eat supper last night? Didn't eat last night either?
She said you're not gonna eat supper, and she said you just eat to stay in your room for all night.
Okay.
And I just been doing my homework.
What did you get in trouble for?
Can't remember, it was a long.
Oh, you can remember. Was you being loud or something? Or not picking up a mess? Or running around?
Maybe.
Being a boy?
Maybe just leaving my brother on a trampoline, and this is the story because she just want me to. She just didn't let me tell the story. She just said, and I was cry my little brother, and then I was gonna get the cat, but I got distracted. And because like the neighbor come home and I wanted to, because she don't let me pick it up, and I was gonna bring it to my brother.
And you left your brother on the trampoline. How old's your brother, you know?
And my friend Noah was watching, and he.
How old's your brother?
2.
2.
And then
Press
Noah
pause.
maybe got.
It sounds to me as though she's just trying to teach him a lesson.
Yeah, but you can't teach a kid a lesson. Send him to school to walk 8 miles.
No, I don't think she's.
That's not a lesson.
No, I don't think she sent him. The gist I'm getting now is the reason he got into trouble was because he was told not to leave his little brother on his own.
It's not his job, right? He's
Right.
7.
Right. And he thought his friend was, so he's got into trouble for leaving his little brother on his own. He's obviously done something, and she said, go to your room. And then he's not got up in the morning, and he's missed his school bus, and he's chose to walk. I don't think she sent him to school.
I think the mum's got to be a bit more alert, number one. She's not giving breakfast. She's not giving dinner in the night before, or supper, whatever they refer to as. I know what supper refers to, but I don't know what they're referring to it as, whether it's something like an evening dinner, like a dinner time sort of meal, or whether it's something late at night. He's had his dinner and it's a snack before he goes to bed. But it's either way, he's 7. He shouldn't be put in charge of a 2-year-old, number one, on a trampoline that he could easily fall off. You know, you've got to have some kind of later on in life supervision. Someone who's probably like a teenager or something like that. You can't. What was she doing? That's the question. What were you doing while they were on the trampoline?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. She could have been washing dishes or
Making
something.
dinner, yeah, and
they
like
could have been playing in the garden, and she said to him, do not leave your brother on his own.
But I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility for a 7-year-old.
Off the trampoline.
Okay. All right. Well, come with me. We're going to run to your house real quick. Okay.
I wanted to go to school because my mom don't want me to. She want me to go to school. So
Okay. Well, come with me then.
I'm gonna go to
For some reason.
Say what? I'll be back in a second.
He doesn't want to go home. No, because he knows he's probably going to get in trouble.
In a minute. Get up there and have a seat. Give me just a second, okay? I'm gonna go talk to this guy up here, okay? I'm gonna get your information real quick.
See, I don't know Hawkins around here. He said that his bus comes down this road. But see, I don't know if he lives down, like I said, down.
I got the address up there, but I don't know what it is.
First he told me he'd been out all night, and I'm like, why have you been out all night, you know? Then he says, well, it was kind of dark, and I missed the bus. But at first he wouldn't tell me anything. He was scared, I think.
Yeah.
You know? And he was just like, please just take me to school. And I'm like, I can't just take you to school, buddy, because,
You did the right thing calling us.
you know,
Yeah.
There's actually a family at their house right now trying to figure out where he's at. So they don't know that he's over here. But
this may be them.
we'll go from there.
There you go.
How you doing? Yep.
Okay, so my wife's on, we stay at 116 CR 457.
Yep.
It's our neighbor's kid. She was driving down here this morning. She called the police. She picked him up. He was walking. She took him back home. And she's been up there beating on the mom's door, trying to get him to come to the door. She said the kid went around to the back of their house and disappeared. And she opened up the door, she yelled inside. We've called her cell phone. We've messaged her on Facebook.
Door's unlocked though.
Door's unlocked. She's up there at my house. My wife's freaking the fuck out. She's like, I don't know if this kid's went in the house. And I was like, honey, I'm driving here to the house. She said, there's a cop down here, and I see a kid on the porch. I said, let me ride back down here, make sure he didn't head back. She said that his mom was going to get really angry if he didn't make it to school.
While we're fixing to head over there.
Okay. I'm going to call
Thanks,
my
sir.
wife too. Man, my like, I don't know where this kid's at. She's like, I don't know where the police. He said, no. I said,
Showed up.
call
See, I guess
somebody.
he thought he saw this vehicle and thought, you know, and I just seen him come back past the side and pull it up.
You ready?
I'm not sure.
I'll follow you over.
Okay.
16 to 40.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, 10-4. We're fixing to head over to his address right now. I'll be right back, okay, buddy?
Go ahead, just ranch.
Here, you want something to drink real quick, bud? You got anything to eat? You got anything to munch on?
Yeah, I got some.
You said we didn't eat supper or breakfast this morning.
Some beef jerky. I don't know if you want it.
You want some beef jerky?
You do?
Repeating 870-565-5186. You're getting a copy of an accident report.
He said he's got a 2-year-old brother, is what he told me down there.
Yeah, he's got.
He was all the way down there by the landfill. He walked that far?
Yeah, well, I picked him up and I brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I was, because he opened the door and I didn't go in, but I was yelling for her. And he walked around the house, so I thought he went in the back. And I've been yelling for him, and I can't get him to come to the door. Well, I know why. I don't know how he went past me.
He said Mama's going to be really mad if he didn't make it to school.
Yeah, that's what she said too. I told her, I said, don't leave until you find out somebody's okay, man.
Well, we're going to keep him in here for now so he don't run off.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the house there.
Yeah.
Seems like quite a nice neighbourhood.
No? Who else is in the house? Your baby brother? How old's your baby brother?
One's 3, one's 2.
You don't know where your mom's at? You haven't seen her today? What about your dad? You haven't seen him either?
Does he live here?
What's your dad's name?
Yeah.
He said he got in trouble last night and they sent him to bed with no supper. Told him he was going to bed and setting his own alarm and getting up and going to school on his own. They wouldn't waking him up. So he got up this morning late on his own, missed the bus, and his mom told him last night if he missed the bus he'd be in trouble. So he started walking.
You can't be walking by yourself, buddy. That's scary. Traffic and cars and...
Alright. We're fixing to go clear this house.
Hey,
We'll be right back, okay?
okay? You want to grab them pieces? There you go. Yeah, we're gonna try to make contact with her. He was starving.
I don't have any statement forms if you want her to fill out a statement.
We got on Facebook and she was active online and we were sending her messages and then she just went offline.
We're going to get you to fill out a statement here in a little bit.
Yeah, let's just see if we can go try to... She said the doors were locked. She opened it up and hollered, but nobody came in there. But she said there is a guy that lives here, but they didn't know his name.
Looks like there's a big lake in the background as well.
Well, we're fixing to scare the shit.
Can you run me his name only?
Strange one, this. Isn't it?
That's why from the beginning I'm like, I'm not judging until I've seen the real story. They've got toys, nice house.
We're fixing to scare the hell out of somebody.
Huh?
So we're fixing to scare the hell out of somebody.
Amber Thompson.
Sheriff's office.
The deputy, concerned for the boy's welfare, took him back to his home but received no response from the mother, 33-year-old Amber Nicole Thompson. Deputies entered the house through an unlocked door, discovering 2 other young boys aged 2 and 3 asleep, along with Thompson, who was found sleeping in one of the bedrooms.
Sheriff's office.
Sheriff's Department!
Kid in the bedroom right there sleeping.
Hey, buddy. Sheriff's office!
Another kid.
Hey, buddy. Hey, the police. Sheriff's office!
Clear.
Clear? Hey, buddy, where's your mom?
On there.
Where's your mom at?
They're all in the street.
Huh? Sheriff's office!
The fact that she's not even heard that, and them kids are on their own.
Sheriff's office! Hey, stay in there, buddy.
Here, go back to your room.
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's Department! Sheriff's office!
When confronted, Thompson dismissed the seriousness of the situation, stating that it wasn't her problem if the boy walked to school, as she believed he was old enough to handle himself.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Sheriff's Department.
Hi.
Sheriff's office. How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm trying to figure out why your kid's walking down the road by the landfill on his own.
Who? Which kid?
Your 7-year-old.
I don't know why.
He said you told him to get up and go to school on his own this morning.
He got in a lot of trouble last night, and he got an alarm for Easter.
Well, he missed the bus, and he's
Well,
scared of you, so
He's
he
scared of me.
took it amongst himself to walk all the way down by the landfill.
He's scared of me. Okay. I mean, he can be scared of me all he wants. He needs to be scared of me. I'm his parent. That's my job.
You got any ID on you, ma'am?
My husband actually has it. He has my ID and my social. He had to take it to an attorney's office for some things for our business.
Okay, well.
What's your first name?
Amber Thompson. I know my ID. I know my DL number by heart.
What'd he get in trouble for?
Who?
Your son.
He purposefully left his 2-year-old brother on a trampoline in the backyard by the pond because he thought he just flat out said he wanted to be mean and left him on there by himself.
What's your birth date?
8/22 of 90.
So you think it's...
He also yelled at
You
a
said
teacher.
92?
90. He also yelled at a teacher. He also lied to me when he got home about what happened at school that day. So I've got these patches on my face. He also yelled at a teacher, and then he tried to hide his report card for when he got home. It's been a whole mess of stuff lately.
Okay.
He also...
Did he get to eat supper last night? Because he told us
no,
he was...
last night he did not get to eat supper. And that's the first time that has ever happened. Ever.
Okay.
But when he left his 2-year-old brother because he said he wanted to go play with a cat,
Yep.
and he left one of my other babies on a trampoline.
But
I'm hoping he's going to ask her, well, where were you? Because I get what you're saying. She could have been cooking. She could have been washing dishes. She's in bed there with these 3 other kids still in bed. And he's walking the road on his own.
I understand
I don't know what time
that.
it is. I don't need no time sort of stamp on these his axon type thing.
No, I understand that. He shouldn't be walking to school on his own. Yeah. But I do believe that if he's old enough, he could be almost 8, we don't know. I do believe that at that age, when you give a child responsibility and you say, do not leave your brother, because I said there's a pond. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Darren.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. However, he's 7 years old. You can't leave that responsibility for a 7-year-old. Pick the 2-year-old up, take him in the house with you.
Yeah, I understand that.
Don't leave a 2-year-old on the trampoline next to a pond.
But they could just have been playing, and she said to him, "Do not leave your brother." She could have been like coming back out.
Still a distance away for a 7-year-old to bounce on a trampoline and send. I don't know if there's a net round it, but I don't know if they bounce on a trampoline and send a little toddler off. Right?
Yeah.
So some of the responsibility's got to be held under the parent here, in my opinion. And discipline is a different thing as well. He shouted at teacher. 7-year-olds do that.
Yeah.
Right? Every 7-year-old pretty much has a temper tantrum and sort of like does things. A 7-year-old would do things that what she's mentioning there.
Yeah, hide it. Yeah.
To discipline him, make sure he does go to school. Is get your ass out of bed and take him to school in the morning. Make sure he's on the bus. Make sure he's fed and gone and he's happy, and you give him a hug and sort of like say, go on your way. And he might change his temper from shouting at teachers and leaving his brother and being spiteful. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Maybe show him a bit of love.
I think she's just trying to teach him a lesson. I think she's being quite harsh, but I just think she's
Very
trying
harsh.
But with you being an adult, you can't expect a 7-year-old to give his full attention to a 2-year-old kid.
Yes, I can. When he says,
All right.
I want to play outside.
Well, come out front with us real quick.
I have 2 other babies that are sleeping.
Yeah, we don't woke them up.
They're not sleeping now because we had to come in to find you, okay? And,
hey, y'all need to lose y'all side takes with me. I'm being very kind. I'm a mother with 3 boys.
The other 2 kids are fucked off now. They've gone for a walk.
Yeah, they could have just walked out the door.
And we don't have an attitude.
Y'all do. Y'all are both lit. Y'all are 2 men. Calm down. I'll do everything I want to do. You got a
Listen.
little bit of an arrogant attitude about
Well, I'm a
me.
police officer. So.
You don't need to have it just because you're a cop.
Okay, well, listen, man. We can just take you to jail for
For
child
what?
endangerment.
I didn't do anything.
You let an 8-year-old get all the way across town. That's a problem. So
That's
don't say
not
that we
my
have an attitude.
problem.
No, listen. You've talked this whole time. Don't say we have an attitude when your 8-year-old is walking down the street and we
Okay.
can't get a hold of you. Okay?
Okay.
It's a problem. The kid is starving right now. I had to feed
He's
him
not
beef jerky because
starving. Oh
You just
my
said he didn't eat
gosh.
supper last
Last
night.
night. No, he didn't.
He hasn't had breakfast either.
Yes, he did. He had breakfast this
He
morning.
said he hadn't even seen you this morning.
No, that was what he was told to do this morning. This is the first time
You
this
expect a
has
7-year-old to
absolutely-
be an adult on his own? Are you serious?
This is absolutely the first time this has ever happened for him to have to wake
You just
up.
hang tight up here.
Huh?
Just hang tight up here. I'm fixing to call.
I think you shouldn't
I'm
have to
fixing to
control
call
him.
the child services.
How sorry. And by the way, we are not getting
No, I'll get it if I need it.
Do you have any witness statement for me?
No, that's what I asked you for.
I got that with me.
.40 dispatch.
Thompson was promptly arrested and taken to the Craighead County Detention Center. The State Department of Human Services was called to the residence, where they discovered bruises on the 3-year-old boy's face, arms, back, and buttocks. Thompson's husband admitted to spanking the child 3 times for lying. District Judge David Bowling charged Amber Nicole Thompson with second-degree domestic battery of a child under 12, a Class C felony, and first-degree endangering the welfare of a minor, a Class D felony. Thompson's bond was set at $50,000.
Yeah. So she'd been hitting him as well.
She just, I don't know. When she was in bed, I was trying to get the time off the clock on the car dashboard. I think it said 9 something. I couldn't really see it very well.
Well, normally the school bus used to come for our kids at like 7:30 in the morning.
But it's, I mean, 7:30. If you're a parent with 2 younger kids, you're gonna be up.
At that age,
you've got to be up.
well, at that age, like I used to walk Declan to the bus and wait there with him.
Most parents do.
Yeah.
Or most parents will wait at the door and watch them get on the bus.
Yeah.
You won't just let them get up on their own, set their alarm, expect them to make breakfast and go out and sort of do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Like I say, she knew straight away she had discipline issues.
Yeah.
With trying to discipline him.
Yeah.
And in the way some people might think it's okay to give your kid a lug warmer or whatever, but it's not allowed anymore.
Yeah.
These day and age, you can't do it.
Not when you're leaving bruises as well.
No,
There's
you don't want to do it when you don't leave bruises neither.
No, but there's a difference between a tap on the backside and something hard enough to leave a bruise.
I think but not discipline your kid by not giving them food or things like that as well. That's another no-no. You can't expect a kid to go to school hungry and expect him to learn anything
And thrive. Yeah.
He's not gonna do anything. But that's just
You should never use food as a punishment anyway.
No, exactly. The kid's got to eat and the kid's got to be loved, and maybe a change up in plan. It's just I don't think she was capable of looking after 3 kids.
No.
By the looks of it.
No.
She didn't hear any of them cops coming in shouting.
That's what I mean.
I heard a floorboard creak on the other side of the house, and I'm fucking wide awake, jumping up, sort of thing. So I don't know if she was sleeping there. I don't know what she was doing when she was not that fast asleep.
Yeah.
Don't know, they were even tapping on the door and she didn't wake up.
Yeah.
They had to go in and shine a light
Well,
in
the
there.
fact that the door was open as well, anyone could just walk in.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you don't know the neighbourhoods. It's like, I don't know if it's middle of nowhere, Arkansas sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, it's, I don't know what area Craighead County is.
No,
so
I don't either.
It's, but anyway. It's,
It didn't look like a deprived area, though. That's what I'm saying.
No,
It looked like a nice area.
It did. And certainly big yards what they had there at the front for the kids to play on. And like you say, they had toys and stuff, so they were doing stuff that was the right thing, right by them.
She needed to tidy up, though.
She did.
It's giving me
I know,
anxiety, all that mess.
I know. Yeah, but anyway, there you go, eh? But I thought that she was at fault there in many ways.
I wanted to see what happened because I was thinking maybe she's just trying to teach him a lesson. We didn't know what he'd done wrong, and she might have said to him, if you miss a school bus, then you need to make your way to school, and
you got to make sure he's on the school bus. So before, if he gets off the school bus, then you've got another issue to deal with.
Yeah.
But that's the bus drivers or whoever's in charge of that sort of like thing to get into school. But it's I hate seeing kids upset. That's the worst thing, the worst of the worst, or being abused like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.